everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's having a wonderful year so far. So in 99% of the videos that you see online, the creators typically will say, this is not financial advice, do your own research. But the question is how? Where do you even start? In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down step by step on how to do your own research as a total beginner. If you'd like to see more content like this, make sure you smash that like button and the subscribe button. All right, let's get started. Okay, so if I was starting today, totally brand new, have no idea about nothing, the first thing that I would do is I would go onto YouTube and I would search up crypto news today. I would simply watch some videos just to get an idea of what is being talked about today. Please note that just because a coin is being talked about today, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good or a bad investment. It just simply means it's being talked about today. And so the purpose of this is so that I could start to have a feel for like the names and the potential coins and listen in English words from the videos that I watch about what the coin is kind of being used for potentially, or what it's related to in the real world, rather than going directly like headfirst into the charts or even a laundry list of coins, because it could be really overwhelming. In doing this, I'm also hoping to pick up on some lingo or some verbiage that's being used in the crypto space. After that, I would go into Coin Marketplace or CoinGecko and I would find the coins that piqued my interest to get an idea of the price of the coin. And at this stage of the process, you should also do a self-assessment of your own personal risk tolerance. Like, are you somebody who likes risk or doesn't like risk and is very risk averse, or do you only have just a little bit of money that you really cannot afford to lose? You might want to go with a safer bet, etc. And so just taking it a step back, I'm sure you have all heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum. These two are considered the blue chip cryptocurrencies, and so what that means, one of the largest cryptocurrencies, they have stood the test of time a little bit, so it is reasonable to say that they are going to be continued operations in the future, but of course nobody knows what's going to happen. And then there's also the large to mid cap coins, which are relatively safer when compared to something like the micro or the nano caps. And so as you move down the rankings in the list, you'll notice that the smaller coins, there could be argued that it's more risky because there is more uncertainty surrounding it and they're more in their infancy stage. A lot of these coins are not even actually profitable yet either. And then also on like Coin Market Cap, you can also filter by categories, for example DeFi, metaverse, etc. And so now that you have a few coins that you want to do a deeper dive into, this is the research portion of it. First, I would go into their official website. Usually you can access their official website directly from CoinMarketCap. I would go to the website, read the website to kind of get an idea of what the project is about. There is two things that you specifically want to look for on the website. Is A, you want to find out who is the team behind it all. You want to find out who the team is because you want to be able to have an understanding or assessment as to whether the project has sufficient expertise, experience to carry out the project to be successful or not. For example, with crypto gaming, it would be very advantageous if the team has people who have previously developed and launched really successful games like Minecraft or something. And then although it is not a total deal breaker, a super red flag is if the team is anonymous. Of course, it could be a scam because their identities are hidden and they have nothing to lose if they scam you. And another really important thing you want to find out is what does the project or the token or the coin, what problem are they aiming to solve? And what is the underlying technology behind it? And where you can find this information would be on their white papers. So per Coin Market Cap, white papers explain the purpose and technology behind a project. They usually provide statistics, diagrams, facts, and so crypto startups should all have a white paper to be considered legitimate and professional. So the next part of research is looking into the tokenomics. So what tokenomics is basically the economics of a cryptocurrency or crypto token. And basically what you want to find out is what factors would affect the demand and supply of a given token. So some things you might want to find out is it inflationary or is it deflationary? Some coins have the mechanism where it could be burned. So when you burn it, the supply decreases, so the value actually increase. The next metric that you should kind of look for as well is the total value locked. And so the total value locked in cryptocurrency is the sum of the assets that are locked up. Locked up can mean that the digital asset is currently being staked, people are providing liquidity or binding their coins in another protocol, which means that they cannot be sold immediately because they're being locked up. And another one is market cap is calculated by the current price times the circulating supply of a token. The next analysis would be sentimental analysis, which is basically you want to find out what is the sentiment around the token, what is the narrative that's being pushed about a certain token. And how you would do that is you would just creep on social media. Just kidding, not really. Basically, you can find out this through Discord channels, Twitter, following experts, YouTube videos, Reddit. And then another way is you can kind of compare your token relative to another token that is really similar. They might share the similar technology, or they might share the similar purpose in terms of what problem they want to solve, and then just basically compare your coin that you're interested in to that other similar competitor's coin, and just kind of see like, what is it worth? Is it supposed to be worth more, less, etc.? That kind of gives you an idea of potentially how, if it's like undervalued or overvalued. And of course, there's a lot of other ways to kind of conduct your research, such as like watching whales, or you can also look into the token allocation. But as a total beginner, I personally would kind of just focus on the ones that I've suggested for myself, at least, because again, it's just really overwhelming. The whole purpose of this is for you, the research is for you to be able to have an objective reason as to why you are investing in what you want to invest in, because it's very easy to get emotional when the market is not doing well, and you don't ever want to potentially make a subpar decision based out of fear and uncertainty. So if you have an objective reason, then it's a little bit easier to kind of, you know, set your mind straight in those hard times. So now you have the coin or the coins that you want to invest in. How do you actually go about doing that? My girlfriend asked me the other day, like, hey, how do you buy? Like, I know you buy it low, but like, how do you do it? So what I'm going to tell you right now is not financial advice, but it's simply some things that I personally actually do. So whenever I have a coin or I'm ready to invest, what I would do is I would not directly invest my money right away. What I would do is I would monitor the market for, you know, a couple of days, and what I'm looking for is the price action. So like the price trend, see how the price is moving basically. And so you're looking for the price action within the last couple of days, also the last couple of weeks, months, and year as well too. And so it's really important to not only focus on the price action within the last couple of days, because when you're so focused on just that, it might look like it's not a great entry point because the price is going up. But sometimes when you zoom out, what you're going to notice is that, hey, like the price is actually the lowest it's ever been, or the lowest it's ever been in a very long time, which provides a really good entry point. And also you can buy fractions of a cryptocurrency, or you can actually buy it in chunks. And what I mean by that is, for example, you have a budget of $1,000 that you want to invest in, right? You don't have to invest it all in one go. What you could do is you could monitor the price movement for the last couple of days, and when you see a price that you're comfortable with, you can maybe purchase a little bit and then continue watching the market, and then reassess and see, okay, do I want to buy in more, buy in less? Just note that whenever you buy in chunks, or whenever you buy in general, you'll often have to pay a spread, which is kind of like a fee that you pay to the exchange. Usually it's not really that substantial, but just something to note as well too. And then another way also is you can buy it with buy limits. And so what that is basically you're telling the app like, hey, when this cryptocurrency reaches this price point, I want you to automatically purchase X amount of quantities of this coin when it reaches that price. And so this is kind of helpful because the crypto market does not ever sleep. So sometimes if you're sleeping, you might miss a low point or your target price. So what you could do is you could do a buy limit, and so the app will just do that for you. And so this prevents you from having to be on the app like 24/7 because you're just gonna go crazy. And then also, if you download the Coin Market Cap app, you can get price alerts on that. So your phone will get notifications whenever a coin reaches a certain price level. And yeah, so once you kind of get the hang of everything, you're going to find some people that you like watching or like following. And typically what I do is I just watch their stuff and get inspiration from it, get ideas from it, and then do your own, you know, side research to make your own consensus to see whether you want to invest or not. Oh yeah, and one more thing is that there are some coins that you actually can't buy on major centralized exchanges. Some of the smaller coins, you might have to use a decentralized platform in order to swap to get those coins. It could be a little bit confusing, actually a lot confusing, but it's okay. And so there you have it. That is my breakdown on how I would go about doing my own research as a total beginner. If you guys made it all the way until the end, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.